Going from being super excited from the Nobody movie to this. Hello everyone, I am Mecha Random 42, the one, the only, the original, your favorite YouTube consumer advocate Harpy, in the middle of a live stream talking about all the Star Wars, all the Marvel, all the stuff, all the announcements, and really the only thing that was really exciting was the Nobody movie trailer, which we talked about and is awesome, and we'll see if I can release a trailer reaction. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. I do transform them, but sometimes the companies want to go copyright happy. So if you miss it, I'm excited for it, and it jiggled. I jiggled. It got a jiggle reaction out of all of us. Everybody's inner jiggle came through. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore, but one thing that nobody's excited for is a Zorro drama with female lady Whammons. A female lady Whammon Zorro drama. Zorro. Really, people care about Zorro in this day and age? That didn't line. We don't have anything lined up, right? But that's because this is Deadline, and Deadline is like the worst because he gives you, for the headline, you gotta go the full way. Full way, thanks Deadline. A Zorro drama with a female lead from Robert Rodriguez and Rebecca Rodriguez and Sofia Vergara, and Propagate in works at NBC. I mean, is it going to be like all grindhousey, or because probably not. Probably not. If it's going to be developed from NBC. It is a contemporary take on the classic It's because it's public domain, isn't it? Just what nobody wanted. Speaking of nobody, just what nobody wanted. A Zorro, a Lady Whammon, gender swap Zorro. Okay, alright. As a Lady Whammon person, I don't like being pandered to. I don't want to see the chick version, because that's what this is going to be known as. This is the chick version of Zorro. Every time people get upset when I kind of complain about just another reboot, rehash, remake. And then they say, oh, gee, what do you like? The Nobody trailer looked pretty darn good. I mean, it wasn't exactly the same as every other movie that, it wasn't a complete rehash of John Wick. It was different enough. It was like kind of a John Wick meets Falling Down meets, just with a little bit of Joker sprinkled on top. White male rage, white male rage, white male rage. Only, yeah, it looked different. It was enough of what we liked already in those genres with being its own thing. This is just another Lady Whammon reboot of a thing that we already have 27 versions of anyway, because it's in the public domain. It's in the public domain. Is it another I don't even know if it's a franchise. They're saying another franchise ruined. Ocean's 8. Yeah, that's another. Do we really need this? I mean, what are they going to bring to the table that's going to be interesting or new or unique? Wow, I should be a studio head. I would say, you know what? Come back when you give me something a little bit more than just another swapped out version of a thing that we have a dozen versions of in the first place. Gender swap. NBC is developing Zorro, a contemporary take on the classic masked vigilante character with a gender swap. It comes from high-profile creative team, which includes filmmaker Robert Rodriguez, writer-director Rebecca Rodriguez, Sofia Vergara. Propagate has a deal. See, that's a little too close to propaganda. And they're going to co-produce it with Universal TV. This just really... Oh, here we go!
Are you a white girl that screams for diversity out of guilt? Can't enjoy anything unless you see yourself represented? Wokemon. Wokemon is a great way to show how totally not racist and sexist you really are. Everyone wants to be hired based on their gender or skin color. Now you can be the center of the universe. See yourself on screen. Be the star of your own fanfiction. Be the bestest ever by stealing valor worshipped by everyone.
I bypassed the hero's journey.
And executives, Wokemon is a great way to show how totally not racist and sexist you really are. And don't worry, if it doesn't work, you can always fail upwards. Wokemon, gotta represent them all.
Oh, here we go. And it's done. And it's done. I'm like, okay, well, maybe they're gonna give me something. No. I had to read the article more. I just had to read into it. Co-written by the brother and sister duo of Robert and Rebecca Rodriguez, and to be directed by Rebecca. Zorro centers on Sola Dominguez, an underground artist who fights for social justice as contemporary version. So it's not even Zorro. She doesn't. It's called Sola then. It's not even Zorro. Contemporary version of the mystical Zorro. Her life is threatened by several criminal organizations after she exposes them. Well, actually, the social justice people tend to be the ones who go around doxing and targeting and making everybody else's life miserable, for the most part, from my experience. On the other side of a lot of these people and dealing with our community. You know, anytime you say, hey, maybe we don't need a woke reimagining, because maybe the woke people are not on the right side of things. Maybe the woke people are kind of the ones who dox and target and do a lot of stuff to people. So fights for social justice. The literal social justice. Oh, do better. Hollywood, seriously. This is going to be stupid and annoying. We already have Wahmen. As if Wahmen wasn't bad enough. And that's just a Lady Wahmen version of something we already had in the first place. Robert Rodriguez and Rebecca Rodriguez executive produced with Silverman Owens, Rodney Farrell, Greg Lipstone, and yada yada, a bunch of names. Set to develop a series reimagining. They keep saying the same thing. They must have had a word limit. They keep pretty much recycling the same paragraph over and over and over again before they give us a new thing. We already got it like the 5 times you already said. So reimagining Zorro with a female protagonist last season as one of the company's first projects under its first look deal with CBS Studios. And that's her credits. Who cares? I want to know more about this series. We don't need the credits and the history of everybody. Oh. All right. So since Lady Wahmen reboots of things, is she gonna star too? Probably. She's probably gonna star too. Since Lady Wahmen versions of things turn out so amazingly well.
Wank.
We already have 2 excuses for when this flops to blame potential viewers. I don't like saying fans because these projects never actually have fans. They have viewers, and then they have marketing accounts on Twitter who go around reeing and crying and blaming everybody else for complaining about the show if the show fails. Right? This really feels to me like it's going to be a 1 season, one and done. Not very well rated, and it only needs any bit of attention because it has, but now it's a Wahmen version. And if they don't like it, we can just blame them all and call them a bunch of isophobes. And yeah, Ghostbusters worked out so well for you, didn't it? Ghostbusters, Oceans, Terminator, Dark Fate, Charlie's Angels was already Wahmen. But seriously, that was another millionth version of something. Maybe one day they'll learn that we don't want to be pandered to in this manner. This is why I talked about the Nobody movies so much, because that was something where it was just different enough and just interesting enough. And it was somebody to actually root for. But we've already had how many reboots of them, and I think the Antonio Banderas versions of Zorro were as good as we probably needed. You're just a misogynist if you don't like it, and you're an ist even though you probably liked Zorro in the first place. I got Becca Random 42. I think I'm going to go back to my live chat. Oh yeah, there was a female version of Zorro done before. It's called Queen of Swords. It was cheesy. Do you usually like Vergara? I don't dislike her. She's just in things that I don't watch. She was in Modern Family and she's done a few commercials. I mean, I don't dislike her. I just don't care. This is just another Lady Wahmen version of something that nobody asked for or wanted, and it'll be a 1 season filler until they figure out something else. I think because of the great toilet paper shortage of 2020, a lot of projects were not able to happen, and now people are like desperate. This is why Disney Plus has so much crap to scrape together to throw on there. And that might be part of it, but I am going back to my live chat. Don't you guys go anywhere. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button, and if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye!
525,600 spin-offs.
Damn.